Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Joyful House. My name is Cynthia with Cynthia's Joyful Creations. If you are new here, welcome in. And if you are a returning friend, welcome to our Thursday night tea party. All right, let's see who we have here. Who can we give some great big old nugs to? And if you're new, don't let nugs scare you. That is just simply a great big old hug around the neck. Hello, Sonja. Nugs, nugs. You guys, we have an eagle in the house. If you will, help me welcome in our eagle, Sonja. And let's see who else is here in the Joyful House with us tonight. And we've got Samantha here. Nugs, nugs. And Angela. Angela, I was so sorry that the watch party cut off. I did send a second link. To show that last little bit. Sorry that you missed it, but thank you for being there earlier and welcome back to the Joyful House. And we have a couple more eagles in the house. So if you will, help me give a great big shout out to our eagle, Miss Margie, and our eagle, Miss Wanda. All right. Who else can we love on and give great big nugs? Hope is here. Hello, Hope. Nugs, nugs. She says, good evening. I'll be lurking while working on a few things. Well, so glad that you are here with us. Thank you, Margie. I do too. At first, I had her cut it like just past my shoulders. I said, go ahead and go a little bit higher. And so we kept going. And I was like, done. I'm done. I like it. So I'm having to get used to, because I would play with it a lot like this. And then I had a tendency to go like this. But there's not a lot of hair there to do that. But I absolutely love it. So thank you. Thank you. Been talking about it and talking about it and talking about it. And I finally did it. I figured it out. My last haircut was last August, the day before Grandmama's funeral. And so it was well overdue time, because that was the end of August. So definitely needed a little bit of TLC and a trim, but I did a little bit more in a trim. She said it was about 10 inches I took off. So it feels so lightweight. Hello, Miss Doris. Nugs, nugs, nugs. So glad you're here. And we have another eagle in the house. So if you will, excuse me, help me welcome in our eagle, Miss Tiffany. Tiffany, welcome to the Joyful House. And I cut her comment off. So let me go back to her comment. She says, hello, Miss Cynthia and chat friends. I hope you all have had a great day. Hope you have as well. Hello, Miss Suzanne. Nugs, and welcome back to the Joyful House this evening. So glad you were able to make it to the watch party. She says she is going to be cooking a late dinner, so she won't be looking at the chat. Well, glad you are here. All right. And Kim is saying hello to everybody. Thank you for that. Tiffany says, I can only stay for a few minutes. Nephew has another play performance this evening. Fun, fun. Hope you enjoy that. And Margie says, an update on my dad. He is home and doing well. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. That is so exciting, Margie. And I'm going to tap into that. My dad came home last night as well, and he is doing well. My mom said they both got a good night's rest. So I am so thankful and grateful for that. All right. And I'm not going to go into great detail, but I did officially quit my job yesterday. So I am focusing on building my Etsy shop and doing these vendor fairs. Don't really plan at the moment to bring anything new to the channel, although Mr. Joyful, who is fully standing behind me, gave me 2 ideas, and I do plan on incorporating them, but not until the Stranger Things blanket is done. So stay tuned for those. But otherwise, everything's going to stay the way it is, so I can focus on the Etsy shop and building that up with a friend and hitting these vendor shows. Hello, Miss Tank. Welcome into the Joyful House. Nugs, nugs. So good to see you. Thank you, everyone that is greeting each other. I do greatly appreciate that. You guys, I really need to go ahead and make our tea. I am struggling. Maybe that last little bit of water will help. But we are at the bottom of the chat anyway, so no better time than to go ahead and bring in the tea for the tea party. I do have a new mug that when we drove to Atlanta last weekend to pick my sister up to come help my nephew and I with my parents, we stopped in at a Cracker Barrel for breakfast because we got there with a 2.5 hour wait before my sister and them could get there. They really hit some really bad weather and traffic, so we had some time on our hands. So we went to Cracker Barrel and grabbed some breakfast. And Mr. Joyful and I saw this mug, and so he got it for me as part of a Mother's Day gift because I told him, don't you get me anything. So this was my Mother's Day gift, but y'all know how much I love Winnie the Pooh. Of course, I'm a big Eeyore fan, but it says, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. So this is our mug for our tea party. So let me go ahead and get this water poured in so it can start cooling and we can actually test our tea. Come on. There we go. Had to try and get it to sit back on the base that I actually heated on. All right. Let's go to our little advent calendar here. And I went ahead and reminded myself which one we are on, and we are on number 16. So let's go ahead and pull that out. Remember, this is still a Christmas advent calendar, and we're doing a tea bag per tea party. And it's an orange spice is going to be the flavor. And it says, cozy up on the couch for your favorite Christmas movie with a warming cup of holiday tea. All right. So it has low caffeine. Y'all know I typically drink only no caffeine, but with this advent calendar, sometimes they have a little bit of caffeine or they have a lot of caffeine. But this one has low caffeine, and it is an organic white tea with orange spice. It has orange peel, white tea, and spices, it says. And it says uplift and harmonize. It's got cinnamon. Woohoo, I love cinnamon. That's good for a diabetic. Orange peel, cloves, white tea, hibiscus, allspice, ginger, lemongrass, dried lime, schizandra berries, and that is it. That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff in that tea. So let's find out. This sounds like it's going to be a cup of yummy goodness. A lot of good spices and flavors in there. Oh, wow. That smells like Christmas. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I could just sit and smell all those spices together. All right. Let's get our tea bag dunked in here. And y'all know I always like to show it to you once it's wet. And this one's got lots of colors in there. I don't know if you can see those or not, but all kinds of colors for all those different spices. Oh my gosh, that already smells good. So let me know what is in your cup. And that is really hot, so let me put it on this coaster. And we're going to let that seep a minute, and we'll come back and try our orange spice tea. All right. Thank you so much, Sonja. I appreciate that. Margie, thank you so much for the emoji. That was very, very helpful. I appreciate that so much. Wanda says traffic in Atlanta is always a nightmare, right? I agree. I agree. I agree. Samantha says, love it. Thank you. Kim says, what does it not have in it? I know, right? Sonja says, watching a movie with the family and lurking. Well, so glad you are here. Margie is drinking water. Very yummy and healthy. And so is Angela. Kim is drinking sugar-free cranberry juice. Oh, I love cranberry juice. Tank says she is drinking coffee and water. Ooh, coffee does sound good. Oh my gosh, Tank. Now my mouth is actually watering for coffee. Maybe Mr. Joyful and I'll enjoy a cup of coffee after the tea party. All right. It's that time where we celebrate our birthdays for this week. And if you are here or catching this as a replay or somewhere down the road, if you don't think I have your birthday, please let me know so that on your week, not just your special day, but on your week, we can celebrate your birthday all week long. This week, the only 2 birthdays that I know about is Laura from Crochet Corner and Chandra with Gentle with a Smile. So if you will, join me in singing happy birthday to our friends that are celebrating. All right. Happy birthday. Ooh, Wanda. Don't tempt me, my friend. Don't tempt me. She is drinking a cherry Dr. Pepper. By the way, I tried to try that blackberry Dr. Pepper that you talked about before, Wanda. I handed it back to Tom. I was not a fan of that blackberry. I thought, I'm going to splurge. And no, I did not. It was not yummy. It is not cherry. That's for sure. Thank you guys so much for wishing all of our friends a happy birthday. I appreciate that so much. Kim and Wanda and Tank and Samantha and Doris, thank you so much for wishing all of our friends a happy birthday. And Tiffany. Hello, Miss Diane. How are you? Nugs. It is so good to see you and give you a great big old hug around the neck. Oh my gosh, Nisi. Oh my goodness, you guys are just filling not only my home with joy, but my heart with joy. It is so good to see some of you. I haven't seen you in a while. So welcome in to the Joyful House. And Miss Margie, thank you for wishing our friends a happy birthday. All right, if someone will drop me some emojis, I would greatly appreciate so I can find my way back in the chat. So we've pretty much already covered most of my announcements. As you already know, most of you noticed I cut my hair, and as I've already shared, the lady said it was very close to 10 inches that we cut off, and I am loving the freedom. My dad is home from the hospital. He has still a long road to go, but oh my gosh, we are far further than where we were even just 5 days ago. So grateful to have him home and doing well. I resigned from my job yesterday, so I am concentrating on building an Etsy shop and moving forward with vendor fairs and just making things. The long short of it, Mr. Joyful told me to focus on the channel. Like I said a few minutes ago, he's given me 2 ideas that I'm going to wait and incorporate once Stranger Things is done, because I've had a lot of people reach out to me and tell me that they want to do the Stranger Things blanket. So I am using that to motivate me. Of course, you all know that my dad has been in the hospital. Some of you may not know. He's been in the hospital since the second time since Saturday. And so my nephew was staying with him overnight. My sister was relieving him so he could come home and sleep during the day. And I was driving to stay with my mom. So we all have been on the road. And for all of us to the hospital from their home, from my home to their home, it is about an hour trip one way. So we were both, all three of us were spending 2 hours on the road every day. And called for some exhausting days. So I did not get to crochet a whole lot. So I won't have a lot to share with you later on this evening, but that's okay. That's okay, because we're going to get the panel up, anyone that wants to come up, and we're going to spend some time working on our projects. But before then, I'm still letting this tea cool. I still see some steam coming off of it. So we're gonna let it cool just a little bit more. Well, I don't see it coming off of there, but to the eye, I can see it. It's still pretty hot. Oh my gosh, y'all, that smells divine. Makes me want to snuggle up to the fireplace with a good book. Let's see. We are completely back in action. So all lives and videos are back in full swing. I appreciate the grace you had given me to be out sick and to help take care of my parents. Tuesday, the Making in May video and the Crochet Heart video did not air. And I was hoping to get to those today, but I had to take care of some personal business, so it required me to be on the phone the majority of the day. So hopefully tomorrow, either before Bible study or between Bible study and my play date and movie night, I will be able to get those out because May is almost over. And I am sweating on whether or not I am going to have enough time to get my May project done for Making in May, but I'm going to do my best to get it done by Ambi's deadline so that she can put it in her showcase. I do have some exciting news to share with you, and I think it's okay for me to share it, but Saturday, Mr. Joyful and I get to do another road trip, and we're going to travel about an hour and 20 minutes down the road for a meetup with one of our yarny friends. She is definitely no stranger to y'all. She is no stranger to me, no stranger to Mr. Joyful, but we've never met in person. So we are very excited that we're going to get to spend some time with Pam from Be Creative Crafts. So she is coming from Tennessee to South Carolina. So we're going to head up to Simpsonville and spend some time with her there. And there is another content creator that lives there, and bless our hearts, she and I have been trying for a year, well, over a year, because February was a year to get together. We both had gifts for each other, and so I'm hoping she can give us just a little bit of free time so that we can get those at least gifts swapped and get some hugs and nugs in. So excited for that. Her name is Tasha, and she does have a channel, but it has changed names, and I honestly cannot remember what her new channel name is. But when I find it, I'll put it in the description box along with Pam's, since I mentioned her. All right, let me head back to the chat real quick. Oh, thank you, my friends, for those emojis. I found my way right away. And Nisi says, I don't get around these YouTube streets as much as I used to, especially this time of year. I understand, Nisi, because I wasn't getting around at all, but now I'm hoping I can get around a little bit more. Thank you so much. I am loving it myself. I am loving it, loving it. And Tank is saying hello, accept her apology. Oh, okay. We'll let that be between the two of them. All right. Thank you so much, Nisi. I am excited to see what this next chapter is going to hold. So Kim says season 15 of Call the Midwife is set to premiere in early 2026 on BBC One with a 2-part Christmas special airing in December of 2025. Oh, exciting. So see, I have a feeling that maybe by the time we get through this one and season 14, maybe we'll be able to go right into season 15. We will see. But if not, we'll catch it after the next series that we jump into. Thank you so much, Kim, for sharing that. She mentioned that over at the watch party earlier, and that is so exciting. Wanda says, even though you are no longer working, you do not have permission to fill every free minute on the channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, and I know that is coming from a very dear place. No, I don't plan on adding anything new on the channel. I don't plan on changing anything at the moment. Like I said, Mr. Joyful gave me 2 ideas, and I told him if it wouldn't hurt his feelings, I'd like to wait until, sorry y'all, my hearing aid is going off. It was tickling my ear. Until after I finish Stranger Things. That is like my biggest focus right now is that, and getting ready for farmers markets that will be starting in just a couple weeks. I have plenty of inventory for that, so I'm ready. But I do want to get as much done on Stranger Things. And unfortunately, traveling the road back and forth for the last week and a half to my parents, I've not touched it. So what you saw last week is still all that I have done. So I did not bring it from the craft room here into the studio for tonight because there were no changes. And if you didn't get to see it, go check out last week's tea party and you can see the update, because we started the upside down world in that panel, and oh, exciting. All right. Let's see. And the 2 ideas that Mr. Joyful had, I'm not going to mention them right now other than just that. And I know that may sound like a tease, and I'll apologize up front if it is, but I'd rather wait until I can actually bring them in before I go into a lot of detail. Do know that somewhere around the 1st of June, I will be putting out a video to announce the Traveling Box of Joy that will be coming back again this July for the 3rd time. I'm so excited. But we're going to do things a little bit different. Starting June 1st, there will be a video that's going to go out announcing it. And everyone, wow, I don't know why that keeps going off, but it's really high pitch. It's picking up something. Anyway, you'll have the whole month of June to sign up for it. We've not done that in the past. In the past, I went ahead and let people start telling me if they wanted to be a part of it. And we went ahead and sent it all the way out to the West Coast and let it just kind of trickle back. And if someone wanted to jump on it and be a part, they could. But in doing that, it might get back to the mid-states and have to go back to the West Coast. And so what I've decided this year is we'll give everybody a whole month to sign up for it. And I'll put it out there as much as I can, make an announcement every live, every opportunity I get. I'll probably put some weekly posts out on the community post, so it gets a lot of big advertisement, because when July 1st, which is Mr. Joyful's birthday, comes around, then I'm going to cut it off. And anyone who shows an interest after that, I'll be glad to take their name and put it on for next year. But that way I can go ahead and navigate the route, and it won't be jumping back and forth. Sweet Samantha was so gracious last year to allow it to get to her and send it back over to the West Coast. I'm trying to keep it where the only person sending it any great distance is myself, and everyone else is sending it to someone very close to them. So it really minimizes and cuts down on that shipping. And so be looking for that. Let's see what else. I think that's all of the announcements I really have. Again, if you're not busy tomorrow, would love to have you for Bible study at 1 o'clock Eastern time, and definitely at 7 o'clock tomorrow night for movie night. All right. And let me check the chat, and then I'm going to do one more quick announcement. And then we're going to move forward. Let's see. Hello, Ivy. Hello. Welcome to the Joyful House. Nugs, nugs, nugs. Y'all, I've missed going over to Ivy's house. I haven't been in 3 weeks, but as y'all know, I've been very, very busy taking care of my parents and myself. I got very, very sick there for a while. And I've lost 21 pounds over the 5.5 weeks that I was out of work. I lost 13.3 of those in 5 days. So I'm going to look at it as a positive thing. Wanda says, oh, I might have to get with you. Sounds like a fun meetup. Pam really is sweet. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Well, if you're this way, Wanda, give us a ring. Thank you guys so much for welcoming our sweet Ivy in. I appreciate that. I know. But you know what? There's so many other channels that are doing bingo. And as much as I would like to bring it back, especially since I have more free time, losing my job also means that I don't have any income, and I'm kind of at the mercy of Mr. Joyful and whatever I make off of this Etsy shop and my vendor shows. But if they start going really, really well, then maybe we can consider bringing it back. But right now, I'm just plugging in on other folks and their bingos. Oh, you're so sweet. I appreciate that. Got to head now. Have a great evening and night, everyone. See you next time. Nugs, Tiffany. And if you get a chance, come back and see the wonderful makes that everybody made. Doris says, got to make sure you have all your ducks in a row before you announce it. Totally understand. Thank you so much. I appreciate the grace that y'all just give me all the time. Like, y'all are the most amazing friends I've ever had. I really, truly appreciate that and mean every word I say. Thank you guys for loving and nugging Tiffany out. I appreciate that. All right. If I'm off, I could drive down. It's not that far. No, that would be awesome. So I'm hoping to hear from her tonight or tomorrow night. I don't even know if she's going live tonight because I think she's actually traveling today because today's the 22nd. So I don't even know if she's got her live tonight, but I'm expecting to hear from her tonight or tomorrow night on where we're actually meeting up. So she was going to come into town. We know of a couple restaurants there and gave her some ideas, but we're waiting for her to get into town and see if she sees something that piques her interest that we can try. Maybe it'll be something new for Mr. Joyful and I. All right. One other thing I want to just go ahead and shout out. The first Friday in June, which is June the 6th, as you know, we don't have movie night. We have what is called Real Delight on Friday night, and it starts at 7 o'clock. And for the month of June, which something came about June was like a month of friendship or something, or maybe I just wanted to celebrate friendship. I don't know. Y'all have to bear with my memory. But anyway, I know that we're celebrating friendship, even if it's just a Cynthia thing, because I'm just so grateful for all of my friends. So for that, our friendship theme movie is going to be the 1988 version of Beaches. So if that's something that you would like to come and watch with us, all you have to do is send me an email and I will be happy to send you the 2 links for that, because we do watch it in my private Zoom room, not through StreamYard, not through YouTube because of copyright issues. So we do watch it in a private Zoom room, and it does require 2 links, one for the first hour of the movie and the second one for the remaining part of the movie and any discussion or just hanging out that folks want to do after the movie. All right, so just want to remind you that is what we will be watching, is the 1988 version of Beaches. Okay. Well, that is all I have. So it is time for us to look at everyone's makes. There were no bloopers this week because I really haven't been in the studio. Like I said, I've been on the road going back and forth to my parents' house every day. And y'all, by the time I get in, I crash. I go to sleep right away. So I haven't really been in the studio to do anything. So there were no bloopers this week, but we did have some beautiful makes. So let me get this up here so you guys can see what everyone has made. All right, here we go. Enjoy. Let's go start over. We're going to watch it again. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, everyone, for sending me in your finished makes. You all did an amazing job. And if you've got something that's off your hook, send me a picture so we can share it out to everyone and we can all enjoy your creativity and your masterpieces and all of the beauty that your hooks have created. You guys, Wanda's sweater is to die for. Oh my gosh. I would so go into a store and pay for that. Love, love, love her sweater. What an amazing job she did. That's the one she's been talking about that she's been working on for so long. And look at how amazing it is. And it looked great on her. So again, thank you everyone that shared your makes. Angela, Samantha, Sonja, and Wanda. I greatly appreciate it so much. I did list all of their channels in the description box if anyone wants to go over and drop some joy in their window. Samantha, for some reason, I can't get your @ thing to work. I don't know why. So I just put it in there exactly as it is, but I can't get it to link up. So I do apologize for that. I'm not sure why it won't, but it doesn't. All right. If you'll remember, there was a time that every video, every live, we did a joy word. And, because of, the change of my finances, I had to kind of minimize what I could and couldn't do. And so we took all the joy words out, but they're so important because they're so encouraging. And, we never get enough positivity and encouragement in our life. So I was like, I don't want to cut it out altogether. So during our tea parties, which speaking of which, let's see if the tea is cool enough now that we can have some. Y'all, those cloves especially is what's coming out very prominent over like the allspice. Oops, excuse me, I almost sneezed. Excuse me. I think I inhaled it a little bit too much. And the cinnamon and all that yummy orangeness and whatnot. But are you ready? Let's see. Oh, wow. Even though it's got a little bit of caffeine in it. Oh my gosh, that is so good. That's really good. Oh, wow. I am definitely going to sip this, though. It'll last a little bit longer. We just won't tell anyone it's got low caffeine in it. But anyway, so I still want to incorporate a joy word. And so you don't have to do anything with this joy word. I just want you to just tuck it away right here and remember it here so that you can tell yourself positive, joyful thoughts and things. Should you use it in a sentence, though, in a comment after the live, then I will give you an extra entry on the giveaway wheel. So our joy word for this tea party is mercy. Mercy. The definition is compassion in the face of conflict or wrongdoing. So mercy is having compassion in the face of conflict or wrongdoing. And honestly, none of us are perfect. So we should be given everyone an opportunity to extend mercy to them, because since we're not perfect, we're all going to make mistakes. And if we want people to be kind to us when we mess up or when we do something and we regret it, we should do the same. Here in the Joyful House, the intention of that word is to show kindness and forgiveness to not only others, but also to ourselves. So it's to show kindness and forgiveness to others and ourselves. So that is our joy word for the evening, for the week, I guess we should say, for the week. All right. Let me come back and check on the chat. Yes, she did, Margie. She did do an awesome job, and it does look amazing on her. Yes, Doris, everyone did wonderful makes. And y'all, those little bookmarks that Sonja makes, are they not just the cutest little things? Oh my gosh. How cute would that be in a book? Wanda is saying thank you to everyone, and Samantha is saying thank you. And Samantha, by the way, I love that you did that somebody in blue. It is just so precious, so precious. All right. Hello, Bonnie. Welcome to the Joyful House. Nugs, nugs. So good to see you. What kind of tea do I have tonight? I am drinking Orange Spice by this, the Advent calendar that we're pulling them from for our tea parties. It's called, I guess it's Numi is the name of it. So all the tea that comes off the Advent calendar is from Numi, but it's an orange spice, and it has cinnamon, orange peel, cloves, white tea, hibiscus, allspice, ginger, lemongrass, dried lime, and schizandra berries. It is organic, and it is meant to uplift and harmonize. So it is very yummy. You can see some of those spices in the picture there. It's really good. It's really, really good. All right. I have two more things, and then we're going to open up the panel for a little bit if anyone wants to come up and just hang out or maybe talk about what's on their hook or what's going on their channel. It'll be your tea party. It's our tea party, but I'm going to turn it over to y'all if you would like to come up. So I will do that in just a moment. In fact, let me shut this down so that I can bring the channel up, and that way I can pin that to the top of the screen. And actually, I'm going to do that after we do our wheel points, our entries. So let me go ahead and bring this up. You're going to see that it's going to look different. So I keep, whenever you try something new, you have to sometimes work through and navigate through it till it works and it's functional. Well, I was trying to get it where this would be big enough for you guys to see it, but also so I could read it as well. And so I got to thinking that if I at least put on the wheel where the entries are coming from, whether it's a comment off of a live or video from the channel, whether it's a comment from a live or video off of the Joy team, or if you've given pictures or you've gifted a membership or you've dropped a super sticker, super chat, whatever, as long as it's on your entry on the wheel, that's all that matters, so that when the winner is chosen, we'll know where they put that entry in or what they did to get that entry. So when it comes back to the Excel spreadsheet, I thought as long as we have the running total, which is this first column here, then anything that comes in new week to week, and then your total over here, that's all we really need. Because like I said, on the wheel, I'm actually putting where your entry is coming from. So that's what we're going to do from now on. So here we go. Again, I'm only calling out people who have new entries since last Thursday. But if at any time ever you want to know what your total is, you can either ask me in the chat, as long as the tea party is going, or you can send me an email and I'll be happy, or you can ask me in a comment afterwards, and I'll be happy to answer that. But as far as the live goes, just to minimize time, I will only call out those that got entries, week to week. All right, so Tiffany earned 5 entries since last Thursday, and she now has a total of 21. All right. Hope Mahoney has 2 and now given her 8. Dawn P has 3, now given her 56. Tina from Camper 14 has 4, given her 29. Taffy has 1, given her 4. Vicky Oodles has 4, given her 40. Samantha has 11, given her 49. Angela earned 9 for a total of 72. Sonja earned 8 for a total of 77. Lisa Knits earned 3 for a total of 19. Kim Southern Winter earned 13 for a total of 96. Jen Reeves earned 2 for a total of 28. Kate Hannon earned 1 for a total of 9. Ambi earned 1 for a total of 2. Mishy earned 2 for a total of 8. Suzanne G earned 4 for a total of 16. Terry Crafty earned 2 for a total of 22. Uriel earned 2 for a total of 14. Doris Artman earned 2 for a total of 8. Laura from Block Ministries earned 1 for a total of 2. Gwen earned 1 for a total of 3. Eden earned 1 for a total of 6. Danishka earned 1 for a total of 3. Ellie's Yarny Crafts earned 1 for a total of 1. Eve Luna earned 1 for a total of 1. And Dana Wonderless Crochet earned 1 for a total of 1. So that is all the entries that were earned over the last week since last Thursday. And I am caught up with all comments, so all comments have been accounted for. All right. Well, I think the only other thing I have left, other than the panel, so let me go ahead and take care of that and get that up so I can pin that to the top. I'm just going to show you the only thing that I have been able to work on, and it was during our ride to Atlanta and our ride home. Well, we had to go to Chapin too. So we were on the road including waiting, we were on the road about 10 and a half hours. And so I was able to get a little dress made, and I will show you that in just a minute. Here we go. Got to get through the ads. All right. And let me open up the chat. Here we go. What am I doing wrong? It won't open. Oh, because it's on the side already. All righty, let's see here. All right. Bring that over here. And I'm dropping that link in the chat. And all I ask is if you come up, just be mindful of any others that might be on the panel, and just try not to talk over each other. That's the only rule I have. Just be kind and joyful. All right. And I got Miss Margie here. Hello, Miss Margie.
Hi.
Miss Margie, give me just a minute to show my little dress, then I'll turn it over to you and anyone else that wants to come up. And while you're talking, I'm going to head back over to the chat, but bear with me, y'all. I'm trying to pin this. I figured it out the other week, last Thursday, so we could do it. And that's just how my memory goes. I can't remember how to do it. Let me get to it. All right. Let me see. Miss Margie, what did you do? Let me go back and look at that green box in just a minute. There it is right there. And pin. So it should be up at the top if anyone would like to come up. Even if you just come up and share something and then go back down, or just come up for the rest of the tea party, that is fine. All right. So let me show my little dress, and then I'm going to turn it over to Miss Margie and go check the chat out. Miss Margie, I'm going to put myself big for just a moment.
Okay.
All right. So this is the little dress that I got to make on the road. And the only thing I have left to do is the same thing I have to do with the last little outfit that I showed y'all. And I didn't bring it because I didn't add it, but I've got to put buttons on it. And then on this one, I haven't fully decided if I'm going to put a little piece of ribbon in the top here, in this part of the yoke, and then sew a tiny little white rosebud on it, or either a white ribbon and a red rosebud. But I'm also thinking about right here in this part of the yoke. You see when I hold it up, you can see those double crochets right there. I'm thinking about running a ribbon through that goes all the way around to the back here and would stop on either side. And then having it come out just a little bit in the front and putting a little flower on it there. I haven't decided. To me, I'm leaning more towards, I'm going to try the ribbon in it, like I said, but right now my thoughts are just a little something here, because with this, it's so pretty and so delicate that I'm kind of thinking that less is more. So maybe just a little tiny ribbon and rosebud up here at the top might be all it needs to kind of keep it. My intention when I originally bought this yarn was to make a baby dress. I was looking at making something that was going to be a little Christmas dress. But as my mom pointed out when I showed it to her, this could easily be a little Valentine's dress as well. This pattern is from Sara with Crochet for Baby. And so I will put that link in the description box. I have not yet, but I will put that in the description box. The same pattern that she has here in this dress with these little puff stitches and the shell stitches, I am trying to take that same pattern format and create bloomers for it. Now she does have bloomers on her channel, but I want some that, sorry, my yarn is caught on my little selfie stick. I want bloomers that are kind of like, little panties, where when it comes down to the legs, it just cuts off like a little pair of panties would. So I'm in the process of starting that. And then once I get this part figured out, because I'm trying now to figure out how I want to start decreasing to create the part that goes between the legs and then bringing it back up to the front. And then I'm going to do something different at the top. Right now, the band is kind of wide. It's the same width as the bloomers. I did that on purpose because of something that I'm going to try and do at the top with the band. It will call for decreased stitches. So I had to create it where it would be a little bit wider than I am going to have it when it's completed, so that I can incorporate those cute little decrease stitches in it. So, but so far it's working out. But this is what I've probably spent the most time on the trip with. It took no time. It took no time whatsoever to work this up. It was amazing how fast it worked up, actually. But anyway, let me get Miss Margie back up here. But that's all I have to show you. That's all I've been able to work on. So next week, hopefully I'll have more time, since life is not as crazy now that my dad's home and we've got everybody in one place. Hopefully things will be a little bit calmer. All right. That is literally all I have for tonight. So Miss Margie, I'm going to turn it over to you for now because you're the only one up on the panel. I'm going to check on the chat. And if there's, again, anyone that wants to just come up for a minute and say hello or show what's on your hook or whatever, feel free to do that. But Miss Margie, the tea party's yours. I'm going to sip on this luscious tea.
Well, like I mentioned in the comment and stuff, he came home yesterday. Actually, he put his foot down and says, I'm going home.
Men, they're so stubborn.
He goes on, let's see, Tuesday. He goes, I'm giving you until tomorrow at noon to have everything ready because I'm going home.
Love it. Love it.
And sure enough, yesterday morning, they had all of the paperwork ready, everything and stuff. So when I got up there, all I had to do was load him up in the car, and on the way home we came.
Yay! Miss Margie, I'm going to cut you off for just a quick moment. I see someone in the house, and before they possibly leave, I want to acknowledge them and do an extra little shout out. But I see that we've got the Crochet Queen, Miss China, in the house. Hello. I haven't had a chance to nug and hug on your neck in quite a long time. Hope you're doing well, my beautiful friend. I know you just celebrated a birthday. And between me being sick and my dad being in the hospital, I missed a lot of lives and stuff. So especially the week of your birthday. So real quick, if you are still here, this is for you. And I hope you had an amazing birthday, my friend. But happy, happy, happy birthday, because you can always still celebrate. But indeed, China, I hope you had a wonderful birthday. Miss Margie, bless your heart. Now I'm going to shout you out. Thank you so much, y'all. Look at what she did. Let me go back up there. Oh, what just happened? My chat just jumped and I completely lost the big green box. And it is a big green box. There it is. Miss Margie has gifted a membership. And Margie, did you see who it pulled up by any chance?
It was Suzanne.
Suzanne G?
Yes, Suzanne Goulet.
Oh, how about that, Miss Suzanne? Exciting, exciting. And China, if you're here, I know you were gifted a membership, I think, by Mara or myself. But I hope you guys will come join us on Monday nights. Excuse me, we meet at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we work on mystery make-alongs. And we're still pretty close to the beginning of the one we're making. And due to a lot of different things, the Joy team does know that this mystery make-along is a wearable, and they know it's a sweater. So they did have to get some apples just so that we could make sure that we had everyone making the correct size and the correct tension and all of that good jazz. But as far as the rest of that goes, they're not really fully in on all the details of it. So come join us. Come join us. If not, come watch us have fun. All right, Miss Margie, I want to do one more thing for you and then for Suzanne, and then I'm going to turn it back over to you. All right. So first off, let's celebrate with Miss Margie for her gift. And Miss Margie, just like it said, thank you so much for not just sharing the gift to Suzanne, but a piece of your heart. I truly appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Miss Suzanne, this is for you. And I truly love everyone that's here. So if you are here in the Joyful House right now and you are sharing your time with me and Miss Margie at this time, let's celebrate everyone and let's just celebrate friendship and tea and yarny goodness and all that good stuff with a joyful dance. And Miss Margie, I see you are working on your blanket. How close are you now?
I am. This is how much of the skein I have left. And then I'll start the border.
Wow. So you're very, very close.
Yeah.
Hold it up again if you don't mind. And she's doing this Tunisian, correct?
Yes.
I meant the blanket so they could see.
Yeah.
That is so pretty.
That's the back. This is the front.
That is so, so pretty. That's some pretty, pretty yarn too.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Doris? Actually, she might have been talking about the dress because I see a lot of people saying cute dress. And thank y'all for that. Yes, a Christmas dress. I'm too high up, Miss Margie. I am sure without a doubt that they are saying something about your blanket. So let me get down there. Miss Bonnie had to run. Oh my gosh, Miss Bonnie, you're probably not here still, but thank you so much for coming in. Nugs, nugs, nugs. Mwah. All right. We got trouble in the house. Trouble done come in the joyful house. No, I'm just kidding, y'all. Great big love and hugs to you, Zach. How are you doing tonight? Thank you guys for welcoming Zach in. He said, just finished a long day at work. I work 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m., then went back for 4 to 9:10. Woohoo, that was a long day. Yeah. Oh my goodness, my friend. Take your shoes off and kick your feet up and relax. You're so welcome, Miss Suzanne. So thankful for the time I'm blessed to spend with my friends. Me too, Doris. Me too. Mm-hmm. I agree. Friendship is a great thing to celebrate. Amen. Amen. You know what? I'm going to do it. And they are, Miss Margie. They are saying gorgeous blanket. Thank you, Sonja, for that. And Miss Suzanne says pretty greens, Margie. It is indeed. You guys, let's just celebrate friendships. I know this is for when new friends come in, but you know what? Let's just celebrate each other. This is indeed where friends become family. I love that so much. Well, I was going to put my basket on the floor, but Miss Sadie girl thinks it's movie night. No, I'm just kidding. I invited her in here earlier this afternoon when I was working in the studio, and she just feels like she can just stay. So she's on the floor. So I'm not going to put my project on the floor because it'll get dog hair on it. And I'm not sure. I think Mr. Joyful went across the street. Our neighbor passed away last night. We have known them since we moved in here 18 years ago. His wife passed away about 4 years ago. And anyway, their daughter actually works with Todd. And I could see them sitting out on the porch talking when I started the tea party. And I think that's where he is. I think he went over there to just kind of hang out with them a little bit. And I'm glad he's got the opportunity to do that and check on them. All right, I promise, Miss Margie, I'm going to shut my mouth and I'm going to work my little hook here and let you talk about whatever you want to.
Well, I got both videos uploaded this week. So I got my Crochet with Me Mondays and my Artsy Wednesday video done and up this week. And those are, for now, those will be the only 2 videos that I will be doing along with my live stream for now. And like I told them today during my live, that whenever Dawn Yarn Doll is ready to come back, it'll be whenever she's ready. I am here to do West Coast Wednesdays with her whenever she's ready to resume that. But for now, I am going to be just doing those 2 videos and my live stream for now. And I'm just going to just ease back into things, just kind of get back into kind of a routine and just kind of just take it easy and not try to overwhelm myself.
That's wise. Says the pot calling the kettle black. That's awesome, Margie. Is Dawn doing any better? Just a yes or no, because it's not our place to talk without her permission.
They're taking things day by day. I do, like I said during my live stream, I do every now and then will message Jerry and just kind of check in with them and just say, hey, I'm still here, and just everything, just checking in. And he's everything busy working, plus taking care of her and the house and stuff. And he mentioned the other day that he's been cleaning and organizing things, and he misplaced the hook holders and everything, and he's got some that he needs to mail out, and mine included. So now he's got to find them again because he can't remember where he placed them.
Bless his heart.
And stuff. So once he finds them again, he'll get them mailed out to the people that he knows that he owes one to. And I told him, oh, don't worry, just whenever you can, no big hurry or anything. And I just told him, I go, just let Dawn know that I'm thinking about her, and just let her know that I'm here for whenever she's ready to go back live and everything, and just remember I'm here. And
right. Wow. Awesome, awesome. I got a frog. It's a mistake I made during the watch party, so yay. Got to find my little popper so I can put my rows back on so I know how many rows I've got to do. But let me go back over and check the chat. Because we are actually going to be wrapping this up. I appreciate y'all coming over and spending a little bit of time with us tonight. All right, let's see here. Right, Zach? He says I say shower because I don't want to smell like the dish. That's not the one I saw, Zach. That's not what I meant right on. This is the one I meant right on. When I get home, it will be dinner and shower, then kicking my feet up. But then he said, I say shower because I don't want to smell like the dish pit at work. LOL. Cynthia, are you enjoying? I am. And I do plan on bringing that. Well, I can't share a lot of stuff about it on the tea party, but I do plan on kind of like bringing it to the tea party and start highlighting on it. They are actually back on the table in the craft room where I do my morning devotions. And what I've been doing is once I finish my morning devotions, I've been like literally reading a page or two. And I'm still on the first one, but I've received 3. But the answer is absolutely, absolutely. Now, I have read a couple pages in the third one only because I took it over to my mom's one day and I got to read a couple pages and look at it before I had to do some house cleaning. But yes, Wanda, thank you so much for that. That has probably been the greatest gift this year. Speaking of which, I was going to bring it up tomorrow night since it's obviously a movie night, friend. But Sadie has an admirer, and I thought I knew who it was, but I was apparently wrong. And I'm not going to lie, Miss Margie, you and one other person came to mind. I thought it was Wanda, but it was not Wanda. So you came to mind and someone else came to mind. But Sadie received a package yesterday under the title of Princess Sadie Vanderson.
Yeah, from
a pawpaw angel, and a pawpaw angel indeed. Sadie was like, hoo, 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 but we're making her wait until tomorrow night to get those sweet treats. But somebody sent sweet treats to Sadie girl. So I know that obviously by putting pawpaw angel, you didn't want to be recognized as that angel, but if you are here, will you please send me a email or something so I can say thank you? But if not, you'll get to see Sadie say thank you tomorrow night. That was so sweet of whoever did that. Margie, Wanda is asking, what Tunisian stitch are you using?
The full stitch.
She says the full stitch. We got Sanita in the house. Nugs, nugs, nugs. You guys, you got to go check out Sanita's shorts. Those are so encouraging and so amazing. Sanita, I love your shorts. Her video shorts. I don't know if she's wearing shorts right now or not. Her video shorts. Zach is saying good morning.
I can listen to Sanita's voice all day long. Her voice,
yes,
so sweet, so calming,
encouraging. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Zach says evening, not morning. Wow, I must be tired. You must be. Good night, Kim. Nugs, 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 my beautiful friend. Sanita says, laugh out loud. How'd you know I just woke up? Oh, you guys, thank you so much for hugging Kim out. I appreciate that. All right. Everyone is saying hello to Sunita. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. I am loving it. I just did it Tuesday. Y'all know I've been talking about it, but she said it was right close to 10 inches, Sunita, that we cut off. I didn't realize my hair was that long. But anyway, I know I have kind of missed playing with it. I usually would sit here and do this with it or do this, but there's nothing to do that with. So I have to be careful, actually. Just pull my hearing aid. But anyway, thank you. I am loving it. It is very freeing in many, many ways. And Dora says, oh, there's Mr. Joyful. Dora says, pants is where my brain went to, or shorts is where my brain went to. I meant video shorts. Yes. Oh, love it. Love it. All right. Well, that is all we have today, you guys. I don't know if Pam went live or not, because to my knowledge, she's supposed to be traveling. So excited that I get to meet up with her on Saturday. That's going to be so much fun. And of course, you know, Mr. Joyful and I will take pictures so that we can come back and share them on the channel. And be looking for, I got to drink some more of this tea, y'all. This tea is so good. This has probably been one of my favorites on the Advent calendar. I'm really enjoying this one. It definitely, all those flavors, yummy. But tomorrow I will get the update out for the Making in May and the that I'm doing with Ambi, and the Crochet Heart project that I'm doing with Dana, which is what I'm working on right now. But I'm not going to show it to you because we'll save it for that video. And then hopefully you guys will come back over to the Joyful House tomorrow night for movie night. All right. You just check on the chat real quick. Thank you so much, Angela. I'm glad you came over and spent some extra time in the Joyful House. Thank you for being at the watch party, and thank you for being here for the tea party. I want to thank all of you for being here. Miss Margie, as always, I want to thank you for coming up on the panel and being a part of this tea party and sharing with us what's on your hook and what's going on, and the update on your dad. That is, again, fantastic news. I can pray that he just continues going uphill all the way. So,
and also I'm about 1.5 pounds away from my goal to have my surgery. I will weigh myself in the morning, and that's what I'll go by to see where I'm at.
That is awesome. That is phenomenal, Margie. You have done a really great job. You have worked hard. So praying for you, my friend. I know, right? Woohoo! And she's got the joy train, except for on StreamYard, it writes it out. It doesn't show the picture, but you guys can see it on the chat on YouTube side. All right. I know, Suzanne, right? Great news about both of our dads. So we do have another Yarny friend in the community whose dad is not doing so well, but I don't have, well, let me correct myself. She did give me permission for us to pray, but I'm not going to go into details. But if you guys will keep Don P's dad in your prayers, he is not doing very, very well. So if you'll definitely keep their family in your prayer. I know they will all appreciate it. So they have called hospice in, so it's probably just a matter of time. So while Margie and I are celebrating, we do need to remember Dawn and everyone, you know, somewhere someone's, you know, in a little bit worse condition than what our dads are in. So we definitely want to keep everyone in our prayers. All right. Hello, beautiful. How are you? Welcome in. You can come check us out on Monday because you were gifted a membership to the Joy Team. So I hope you'll come spend some time. Well, you have a live on Mondays. I know that because I went to go look up when your lives were, and one of them is on Mondays. And I was just like, oh, I can't go if I'm in the Joy Team. But anyway, Love, love, love you, my friend. So good to see you. Thank you so much, Doris. All right, I'm going to take one more yummy sip. Miss Margie, you got any last words?
No, just I'm just grateful for each and every day.
Yes, amen to that. Well, speaking of our friend Dawn P, she always says, if you're feeling down, look up. So with our little Winnie the Pooh, let's look up. And you know, I saw a video short from Melissa Gilbert. She's been popping up on my streams like left and right these days. And she did a short and she looked up and was literally looking at the clouds and the wind blowing through the tops of the trees. And she says, you know, too often in life, we never spend a lot of time looking up, and how true that is. So I, in light of our friend Dawn P, want to jump on her little bandwagon. And I want to encourage you guys from now until we come back together next Thursday, try many times during the day, but at least one time every day over the next 7 days to just find a few seconds and just look up. Just look up and be thankful for all the blessings you see. Maybe it's raining because you like rain. Maybe the sun is shining. You know, maybe the breeze is blowing. Maybe a bird, you know, flies by and sings you a little birdie song. Maybe a butterfly flutters by, you know, whatever. But take a few seconds every day and just look up and be blessed because you deserve it. Fill your joy tank. Let it overflow. Mm-hmm. All right. Yes, yes. Have a safe week, Suzanne, and everyone as well. Thank you. We'll look for you, my friend, but I do understand. I think you do lives on Mondays. Maybe I can get off and go, you know, jump over there. All right. Well, that is all I have. And I think Miss Margie is finished. So nugs and joy, you guys. Be joyful. Stay crafty in your own way. Make your own joyful creations and be joyful and be the joy in everything that you do. All right. I love you. Mwah. Good night and God bless.